Hi, Norman Hallett here with your next 4-minute drill for traders. Many of you know that I'm a big fan of coaching. Not only Tisha and I coaching traders, but I'm talking about me being coached by experts in their fields. For several years, 4 or 5 years, I flew up to Canada every quarter to be coached by a man named Dan Sullivan, who's considered one of the world's premier coaches for improving the performance of entrepreneurs. Now, in this 4-minute drill, I'd like to pass on an exercise that Dan gave me and that I still use to this day. And I can't think of a better time to put it into action because it applies to traders as well as entrepreneurs. And I mean, come on, to tell you the truth, traders are entrepreneurs. Okay, in the current environment where decisions in our life are being made to make sure we are safe from the coronavirus, it's a great time to do some planning for when this pandemic is over and we can go on with our lives in the new normal. Now, as traders, wouldn't it be great to have a clear plan of action so that when we come out of this period of time, we can hit the ground running? Now, the gift that Dan gave me is really a question, and I'm going to give you that question right now. If we were having this conversation 3 months from today, and you were looking back over those 3 months, what has to have happened in your life, both personally and professionally, for you to be happy with your progress as a trader? That's the question. Now, I'm using a 3-month time frame in this question because that's the educated guess I have on when the bulk of this current pandemic will have subsided. Okay, so again, here's the question again. If we were having this conversation 3 months from today, and you were looking back over those 3 months, what has to have happened in your life, both personally and professionally, for you to be happy with your progress as a trader? Now, what's important in this question is that you're not standing in the present and projecting out 3 months into the future on what you'd like to see happen. What you're doing in this question is putting yourself into the future and then looking back on today and describing what has to have happened in order for you to feel happy with your progress over those 3 months. Now, it's an important distinction. Rather than reaching for your positive outcomes, what you're doing here is you're owning your positive outcomes and then identifying what you did to get there. It's going to take a little bit of adjusting, most likely. It did for me, in the way you're going to think and settling into this question, but be cognizant of what comes up for you as you work with this question. Then I want you to comment on what it is that comes up for you. What is the first and primary thing or action you need to take to have gotten to where you want to be 90 days from now? Okay, write that thought or comment or question under this video, and I'm going to base my next 4-minute drill on how you respond. Look, this is important. And note that in the question, it mentions personal as well as professional, because you need every aspect of your life to be aboard on your refreshed vision of your success as a trader. So ponder the question and then start writing below. Leave a comment and let me know what comes up for you, and I'll make sure I base my next 4-minute drill on what you're telling me. Look, we are all in this together. We're all traders. This is a great time for planning and then acting on that plan so that we hit the ground running when this craziness subsides. Okay, that's it for this edition of 4-minute drill for traders. And as always, stay disciplined.